Good friend.
Be hung over from St. Patrick's Day.
Known for many years. Hey, Chris, I want to talk to you about a little piece of dirt, a little piece of land, a little story, a little history, little thing.
Little dirt?
A little dirt, Chris.
I feel like I'm on E Entertainment.
We may have talked about this a while ago, but I'm not sure. But there's a piece of property. It's 280 acres. It's on the way out there by the old Scordados, on the way to Gates Pass and Anklam and all that area over there.
Is that a Diamond Ventures?
Nope.
Oh,
this is the Firefighter Fund out of Dallas, Texas.
Oh, I remember those.
So
guys.
there's this big chunk of land. And they looked at the zoning, and they looked at what they could do on that land. And what was allowed at the time and what is allowed today is this thing called cluster development. Like cluster, you know what cluster is, right? So you take this 180 piece of land, and there's lots of saguaros. You're beautiful. You're right in the mountains. It's unbelievable land. And you can put these little homes in these little corners or little sections of it. So they can make 260 homes in the 280 acres, but they have to be clustered together, and they'll be very, very high-end homes. So back in 2007, they went to the water company, Tucson Water, and said, hey, here's what we want to do, and here's the deal, and here's the plan, here's the zoning. Are we okay to do it? Yep. And they gave them a conditional use for their water.
Sure.
So fast forward a little bit longer when they started to do the work. Turns out this is very environmentally sensitive land. Turns out it happens to be near a couple very important people in their neighborhoods.
Hold on.
I understand that it is.
You just said they're environmental. Is it more environmentally sensitive than any other land that's been done?
It became very environmentally sensitive. And the
Can you reveal
county wanted to buy
who lives in that area?
Not going to go there yet.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. But there are people that live near there that don't want this to be developed. So anyway, the full weight and pressure of the machines in Pima County and the environmental wing and the whole world kind of collapsed in on these Dallas Firefighter Fund owners. So it's a pension fund that came out and bought the land to do the development as a part of their investment of the pension. Anyway, so the county gets kind of up in arms and tries to change the rules after the land's been purchased and change the zoning, which is a private property rights issue, which is a big deal.
Yep.
Then the deal gets moving along further and further. Well, the city of Tucson in 2010 comes back and says, oh, remember that thing we said in 2007 about the water? Even though we have water pipes going all around you?
We didn't really mean it.
We didn't really mean it. So we're not going to let you have the water. So if you don't have water, you can't do anything. So these guys have been in the eye of the storm locally, politically, like you wouldn't believe.
Sure.
And, they're from Dallas. There's lots of money in Dallas. You can imagine what the people in Dallas are thinking about doing thing in Tucson. You know what I mean? They're going to come back here. We'll see. So anyway, a bill gets dropped up at the state legislature by a guy named David Stevens. He's from Sierra Vista. And David looks at the deal, looks at the way this is going, and says, this is ridiculous that these people are kind of in the middle of this. They knew the deal when they came in this town, and they're just getting hammered on every side, is what his thought is.
Right.
So he says, David's quote is, it's an injustice, and the local governments now want to buy the property to make it open space. I construed from that they're trying to make the property useless to the investor, worthless except for open space. So they're just throwing everything at them.
Yep.
So now last night, or yesterday, at the Board of Supervisor meeting, because that's the backstory. This has been going on for 4 or 5 years, and these guys, and I'm talking to the attorneys, and I'm very involved in how this whole thing has been unshaking. Actually, I'm trying to get them on the show to talk about this story.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to do it, but we're working on it. And they'd be calling in from Dallas. So last night there was a zoning commission hearing by Pima County.
Yes, sir.
And they approved rezoning of a piece of property called Hook M Ranch, which is out in Corona de Tucson, Cerrito. The owner of the ranch, Diamond Ventures, submitted a plan for 1,300 houses, 400 apartments, 700 acres of property. The project also includes open space, commercial, blah, blah. So it's out by Vail School District. So they approved this big chunk of land to do something to.
Yep.
So the commission did express concerns about the Pima pineapple cactus, which is on the site. Of course, that's something we got to watch about. Cactus, we got to make sure we got enough of them out here. They also held blah, blah, blah. The commissioners' minds seemed to be changed in favor of the project when former commissioner, Bruce Grungle, said the point of the rezoning is to get the property ready for a possible land swap between Diamond Ventures and the owners of Painted Hills.
Oh, no. No!
So Stevens runs a bill because these guys are just getting hammered by water companies and municipalities, and the whole political machine has come down on them because they want to make the land useless to buy it for open space. They run the bill in the legislature to fix that, and they rezone a chunk of land here to potentially go to the folks in Dallas and say, hey, take this one, give us your other one, we'll call it an even, squeeze it. And who gets purchased of the land?
Dandy Don.
Yeah, Don Diamond. How's that for a monopoly move?
That is hot.
Isn't that hot?
Now Don Diamond, the guy who is going to be the big beneficiary.
Well, he just won the deal across the street from Raytheon. He got
Right.
the $6 million for that.
Got
deal.
$6 million for that.
Didn't his appraisal go up? And his
288%.
Yeah, a year.
Wow,
on
that's
rail
weird.
land.
Dandy Don is working. Now, Dandy Don and his crew show up very heavily on the Sharon Bronson donation list. We've seen that. And then, he's the guy who asked Mike Helen to run as a Republican. He's a Republican to run in District 1 to replace his other little puppet, Ann Day.
Interesting.
That's weird, too. Dandy Don is working it. This is a full court press. This is like his last shot. I know we always hear, I'm retiring, and this is his last shot. He's rocking it.
Folks, what we try to do on this...
Before things change on the Pima County Board of Supervisors, he's rocking
Everything's going to happen. What we try to do is paint these little pieces of pictures and these little postcards and these little puzzle pies that all fit together. So when you read this article in the paper this morning, you say, oh, cool, we're going to rezone some land out in Vail and Corona, and this for the owner of Painted Hills, whatever that means. Well, when you start understanding the backstory on this Painted Hills and the issues these folks have run into and the fact they're going to the state legislature to apply pressure up there because we can't get anything moving down here, this is the deal, man. They hand a Rooney.
It's this kind of
disgusting is what it is to me.
It's this kind of cronyism, and this
disgusting.
kind of is disgusting. And this is why Connie and Shaba moved. They're disgusted by this.
Do you
kind of
think
stuff.
that large capital, big capital assets will want to come into this market and play into this mess when they have to be drugged through and go through this absolute crazy stuff? I don't care if it's Rio Nuevo. I don't care if it's a major mall out by West Core and out there by the in Shirley Scott's ward and all this stuff. If you don't know the game board, you don't put capital in the market. That is why big companies and big people and big capital is not coming here. The only people that play are the people that are politically entrenched and hire the right attorneys to get the right deal and put on their money on the right campaigns and the right candidates that are incumbents to continue the gravy train running for them. How does that affect your overall community getting better?
And one of those right attorneys that you're supposed to talk to possibly help get your stuff done is the guy who's the chair of the Pima County Bond Committee.
Exactly. And the hotel deal, and the low-income housing project deal that was flipped around, and the. It's wrecking it for all of us, man. It is making us unattractive. There are very few people that are very politically connected that are really getting all the benefits and the deals. But the rest of us are suffering, folks. And that's what we talk about on the show. That's what we help you paint the picture. When we tell you it's an important election in 2012 on Board of Supervisors, this is why. And these attorneys and these insider deals are killing our community. Killing it.
This one's great. This has got it all. Stevens and the bill and the flip around.
Followed up on the Raytheon deal with the land on the remember the